Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you guys along with me on a desk setup / office tour. If you're new here, my name is Mikey. Hi, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Just a little quick background before we get started. I am a creative professional based out in San Diego, California. Just started my YouTube last year doing vlogs, lifestyle, stuff like that. I also do a little bit of content creation for some brands on the side, but my main gig is a creative professional for an online retail company, and I have been with my company for almost 15 years now, and for the last 3 years I've been working from home exclusively. And in those 3 years I was actually just staring at a white wall. Everything was just so bare and plain in my office spaces. And so I thought it was time to kind of make it more conducive to a creative environment to inspire me and motivate me and just get the creative juices flowing. And so I want to take you guys along with me today and show you kind of what I did and all that good stuff. I also did like a little quick IKEA hack that I think is really affordable and doable for most people. I know a lot of the IKEA hacks you guys see on like TikTok and YouTube, they're like people who are really handy. So I think this might be a good hack for a lot of you, and I think it'll provide your space with a lot of form and function. Also, all of the items I mentioned today will be linked down below as long as I can find them. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh yeah, and just one more thing before we get started. I hope this video inspires you guys or gives you some ideas for your creative space. And if it does, please consider hitting that like button, comment down below any questions you have. And if you want, subscribe, it would really help my channel grow. And yeah, so let's get into it. So let's start on the least productive side of my office, and this is the lounge area where I do most of my reading and media consumption. This chair is actually from my living room and I am testing it out in here, which is a good tip for you that if you're not sure what you want to put in your space, use some stuff around the house to see what works. This chair is from Wayfair and I love it because it's so comfortable, low to the ground. I feel like it really grounds the space. And more importantly, the coworkers are happy. I got this calendar on Amazon and I think it's a great way to fill a really large wall without spending too much money. I also like that each month it interchanges between black and white, so it gives your room a nice refresh. And finally, I decided to convert this shelf into a shoe rack. And I also hang my most used camera bag here, which right now is the Peak Design Everyday Sling, and the size is in 6 liters. I find this size perfect for my on-the-go vlogging setup. So now let's get into the meat and bones of my office, which is my desk setup. The inspiration for the overall look came from this husky workbench. I know that it might be a little bit unconventional for a home office, but if you're a creator or creative, you can organize so much stuff in here, especially for all our gear that we have. I still have a good amount of organizing to do, but just to give you guys an idea of what you can use with this space, I have my hard drives right here. I have some cables and batteries, my SD cards, pens, more batteries, office supplies. Like I said, it still needs a lot of work with the organization of it all, but you can see the potential. I also love that the bottom drawers are super deep, so you can hold all of your camera equipment here. I have my Sony A9 with the Tamron 28-70. Here's my current favorite lens. It's the Sony 24mm f1.4 GM. I am loving this lens. I also have a 35mm f1.4. This is really great for portraits. And of course an 85 1.4, also great for portraits. Alright, so moving along, I got these 2 tables to create an L desk. And this is a different brand than Husky. It's by a company called Gladiator, but I find they all use pretty much similar materials. Overall, I just really like how it all looks together. It's giving me very much industrial aesthetic vibes. And finally, these tables also have adjustable legs, so you can still set them up as standing desks. And for my chair, I'm using one that I found on Amazon, and while it doesn't look super comfortable, I actually find it very comfortable. But with that said, I do prefer a more firm seat. But yeah, I really like this chair. It has good lumbar support and it can also reach standing desk height, which is great. For my laptop, I'm using a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and this one is with the M1 Max chip. It runs Final Cut Pro super smoothly. I'm pairing this with an Apple display. I've tried other monitors in the past, but I find that this Apple display matches well with my other Apple devices in terms of color reproduction, so everything is consistent. I also added Govee light bars to the back of the display to help with eye strain at night. As for my laptop stand, I also found this on Amazon, and I feel that the craftsmanship of this stand really matches the MacBook Pro really well. And not only is it super sturdy, but there are so many variations and positions to suit your needs. For my speakers, I'm running a pair of Vanuatu transparent zeros. These speakers are super crisp and clear. I did feel that they needed a little bit more bass, so I found this one by Jamo, I believe it's called, and it's just enough bass to sound deep and full. I think these speakers would look great on any desk. For my keyboard, I'm using Logitech's MX mechanical keyboard. This thing sounds so good, it feels so good, and the battery life lasts forever. I also love that they have these little legs on the back if you want a little bit more of an angle. And for my mouse, I'm using Logitech's MX Master. I find the tracking and responsiveness of this mouse works really well with multiple surfaces. I also find the ergonomics of this mouse really comfortable. And to round out this portion of my desk, I am using this desk mat from a company called Journey. The mat is reversible and it has an area to stow away your papers, and it also has a charging mat on the side. For my desk lamp, I have this LumeCube Edge, which works really well at night, but I find it also works well for Zoom calls or FaceTime or whenever you need fill light, really. The light has a dimmer as well as a color temperature from cool to warm. And if your coworkers happen to be dogs, you might want to check out this crate from a company called Fable Pets. I really like the aesthetic of it. I love that the door is acrylic so the dogs don't freak out when they're in there. The crate looks so good in your room, it can act as an end table or a furniture piece. Highly recommend this. And finally, let's talk about this custom IKEA hack. I purchased 3 of these lack shelves from IKEA as well as 9 of the pegboards to create a custom shelf above my desk. Both the shelves as well as the pegboards do come in various sizes, so you can customize whatever you think might work best for your space. But what I loved about using this pegboard and shelf system was that you can really personalize your office while also being functional. So something like adding Lego is kind of how I'm personalizing my office because we're such fans of Lego. Another great way to personalize your office is by adding photos of family and friends. I love these containers because they're see-through, so you can see exactly what you need. In this white basket, I have a couple of my favorite magazines. And then under that, we have this light by a company called Newer. This is actually a rechargeable LED light. This light is perfect to set the mood in your office at night, give it that glow. It's also a magnet, so it can go on metal surfaces, which is cool. Moving along, I have my scissors here on a hook, as well as my favorite lenses for vlogging. I have a couple photos up there that I'll change out through the year. I have my business cards on this basket. I have my favorite markers here and an old Fuji camera that I just think looks cool, so I wanted to display that. And then I have a bunch of prints that I have out here too. All these prints were basically just living in a box somewhere, but I love that I can now just display them, look at them when I am feeling nostalgic. Printing my photos is something I definitely want to get back into. I think it's so special to see it physically versus just digitally. Next up, we have my mic, which I use for my voiceovers like you're hearing now. This is by a company called Audio Technica. It's powered by a single USB, so I love that it's just plug and play. Up there, we have my Sony XM5s, the king of noise cancellation, and they sound really great. And below that, I have my Remarkable 2, which I use for note-taking and also journaling. And again, just hanging more Polaroids for more personalization. We'll probably change these out throughout the year as well. Also got to display more Lego. These are the Adidas Superstar. To the right of that, I have my Wacom tablet. This is something I use often for work. And then finally, I have my AirPod Pros here and another container, and then a Polaroid camera that I need to use more often. And then I have up there a model's manual and a few design books, as well as some other containers that I have yet to use. Alright guys, and that concludes our office tour / desk setup. I hope you got some good ideas from this video and got inspired to do your own space. If you did, make sure to comment down below. Also, like this video and subscribe, it would really help my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.